devoted to the cause.
Yeah.
I mean, you just think about the demons in those heads.
And the smell.
Look at the picture to the far left of your screen left.
Oh, with the green eyes?
With the green eyes. So Auburn just beat somebody in basketball, apparently.
No, what about is that a bull in the very front?
It looks like a hog to me.
Bull.
Could be a bull. Could be a hog.
This dude's got flannel on.
Yeah, I think we're taking it to another stratosphere with this one.
All right.
I'm interested in this.
Well, I mean, you don't have to. You could just say, "Oh, I'm just here for the dress up."
And you could lie, say, "Dude, I was the pink fox. I was there the whole time."
Yeah.
There's my proof. I'm in the picture.
That's a great point. Rockstar's always looking a way to cheat. What if
Don't
That's a good point. Yeah.
What if we find an old Big Al costume and we just go as Big Al?
You know how bad the Big Al costume.
They hate Alabama there too, right?
Do you know how bad it must smell though? Ooh.
But you got to think the kinky furry people to have a chance to score with a legit mascot. You'd be prom of the ball, wouldn't you?
Man, I got a chance to score with not a mascot, a legit mascot. Yes, I'm sneaking out tonight.
Perhaps you've heard of Big Al.
They don't call him Big Al for nothing.
Oh my!
Part of our show being brought to you by our friends at Johnston RV Center. Hey, if we hit one of these furry conventions, we may be calling up Johnston RV to get a ride.
Johnston RV Center, family owned and operated. Rodney and Nick Johnston, they are such good people, man. And they've got two great locations: I-65, exit 304 in Coleman, exit 334 in Decatur. An exclusive lifetime warranty from RV Warranty Forever on all new models. Financing available, always more at johnstonrvcenter.com. That's johnstonrvcenter.com.
Tom in Houston. Tommy, man. What's up, Tom?
Yeah, so I've heard you guys talk about Mattress Max before and his little bedding gimmick.
Yes.
Yeah.
Here's the current one.
Okay.
$4,000 worth of furniture you got to buy.
All right.
You get every team from Texas. If one of them wins it, the furniture's free.
Oh, I like that.
If a team from Texas is not in the Final Four, you get the team closest to Houston. So I'm thinking it's Auburn or Kansas. That's about the only chance for closest to Houston.
So you get all the
What do you
Texas
guys
teams.
think?
Okay.
All right, so I get all the Texas teams, so Baylor would be the one I'd really be hanging
Yeah, I
my
mean,
hopes on.
Baylor, Houston, or Texas Tech. I mean, you've got some legitimate, candidates.
Right.
And then if they're all eliminated, I get the closest geographical team to Houston, and if that team wins it, I get my furniture free. Is that what you're telling me?
That's right. That's correct. Now, hopefully you don't get screwed and TCU wins 4 games and you get them.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
Yeah, you almost want the Texas teams to be eliminated and have the hot team that's not from Texas.
Yeah, or Baylor. I think Baylor's pretty good.
Yeah, I don't.
It's
I
not
think it's the best
100%.
one yet.
Yeah, I'm looking at the higher seeds. I think Kansas or Auburn would be your best bet for the next closest geographical team.
But how close is Kentucky from Houston?
Seems like a long way away.
Would you think which one's
not
closer,
Gonzaga.
Lawrence or Kentucky? Which one? I mean, I'd rather have Kentucky.
I would think Lawrence is closer.
Sometimes the map will surprise
I
you.
feel really good that Lawrence is closer.
Tom, thank you, man. Appreciate the call.
Sometimes
the map will surprise you.
Yeah.
By
It
hundreds
will.
of miles, I would almost.
All
bet
right,
it.
you're going to give me 2 seconds.
I'll go a steak right now. Lawrence
Yeah, let's
is
do a
closer.
steak on
No, I mean Kansas. It's Kansas something Texas.
Yeah, then like
that's
New York,
something.
just above that.
No, it's Kansas then Texas.
All right, so I'm going.
There's that little Oklahoma
Well, you can hit the very tip of the handle.
of Oklahoma.
All right, Houston to Lawrence, Kansas is 759 miles.
No,
Actually,
that's-
716 most
Boy,
direct.
that's not
Seems
even.
like Houston's far from everywhere.
716.
That's not going to get me to Memphis.
Sometimes the map will surprise you, Dunaway.
It will. Sometimes
Houston-
it surprises you more out west than it does in the east.
To Lexington is 1,000 miles.
Oh, a little closer than you thought it was.
300 miles done away. That's it's
No,
going to be
it wasn't.
hundreds of
It's
miles.
It's only 241.
Almost 300 miles.
Houston to Auburn is 687. That's the closest one.
Oh, that's closer than Lawrence.
Yep, you'd get Auburn.
Dun, dun,
That's an
dun,
interesting.
dun, dun, dun.
I like the way that Mattress Max. I mean, people don't like. They think
He
he's
likes to
obnoxious,
market, man. He
but,
does a good job with
he
it.
He really does a good job of marketing. That's an interesting ploy right there. I either get all the Texas teams or the next closest one.
Would he be in a good interview? Have you ever seen him interviewed?
Yeah, he's been in. I've never really stopped to watch it.
You probably hard to get on.
I don't know. Dude's just selling furniture. I bet he loves it.
I mean, does he have a website? He wants to sell furniture in Alabama? Does he deliver? If I win, does he deliver?
From Houston?
I'm sure he does.
All right. Well, when we come back.
They'll call and say, sir, you're too far away. And then always say, hey, sometimes the map will surprise you.
I'm not that far away.
Good luck.
I'm not that far away. All right. A lot of furry questions. Trash is coming up. And one stake bet that I actually won that may surprise you. It's all coming up. Part of the show being brought to you by our friends at Odie's LT. It's almost Wednesday again.
Yeah, Odie's Tavern, a great place to go. Enjoy lunch or dinner. Incredible food from our friend Rodney Davis for almost 30 years now. Award-winning wings, delicious sandwiches, including my personal favorite, the Diablo sandwich, ice-cold beer buckets, full of the Bud Light. I'll be hanging out at Odie's later today. Go see Will Haver and that great staff. It's a Birmingham institution, Odie's Tavern, Crestline Village.
Bama and Bourbon, the Mystery Fifth Hour. Jimmy Buckets, available in the podcast section at nextroundlive.com.
Stop by the New York Butcher Shop and pick up the finest in certified Angus prime beef steaks and burgers, premium pork chops, ribs, and all-natural chicken cut to order just for you. Their chef-prepared entrees and side dishes are the perfect dinner-to-go choice for your family and are ready to heat at home. With a great selection of fine wines and desserts, the New York Butcher Shop is your one-stop dinner shop. 2 locations to serve you, Cahaba Heights and on Highway 119 in Greystone. The New York Butcher Shop, rare quality, well-done service.
Let's face it, a home is one of the most powerful assets you can have, and our friends at Mortgage Right want to help you build wealth through home ownership. Mortgage Right is all about providing competitive rates, a variety of loan products, and a multitude of resources for a seamless home buying experience. They treat their borrowers like family and are always looking to bring more happy homeowners under their roof. See more by visiting mortgageright.com/TNR today and start living. That's mortgageright.com/TNR. NMLS 2239, Equal Housing Lender. The next round is proud to partner with Vulcan Tire and Auto, and we're excited to announce their first-class team and facilities are growing. If you are an experienced general maintenance technician looking for a new opportunity with a great growing company, go by Vulcan Tire. They want to talk to you. Not experienced, but interested in working on cars? Again, go by Vulcan Tire. They have a spot for anyone that has a can-do attitude, wants to work, and enjoys helping people. 4 locations and more to come. Vulcan Tire and Automotive, Moody, Trustful, Hoover, and Gardendale. VulcanTireandAuto.com.
A legendary coach once said, "It's not the will to win that matters, it's the will to prepare to win." Bryant bankers have the dedication and experience to put together a financial game plan that's right for you. Stop by one of the 7 Central Alabama locations today or give them a call at 1-855-4-BRYANT to begin preparing for your financial future today. You'll find out what unbeatable service and legendary results are all about. Bryant Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
The real estate market is crazier than it's ever been before. I'm Jim Dunaway, and my friends at ERA King have 52 years of experience, over 200 agents, and they're opening new offices right now in Homewood, Vestavia, and Huntsville. ERA King has state-of-the-art offices and the most innovative tools in the business to help you. Text the word MOVE to 35260 to get started. That's the word MOVE, M-O-V-E, to 35260. ERA King Real Estate, growing to serve you.
Nothing to do tonight? Wanna bet? It's non-stop gaming action at the Birmingham Racecourse Casino. You'll find the latest and greatest games featuring fun bonuses and big jackpots. Wager and win on horse and greyhound races from all over the world. And try your luck on our popular sports parlay promotion. Don't miss your chance to win at the Birmingham Racecourse Casino. Located off I-459, exit 31. Must be 21 or older.
Stay up to date with the next round on the website, nextroundlive.com. The latest videos from the show, plus podcasts like The Mystery Fifth Hour, Bama and Bourbon, Last Call, and others from our Double Down Media podcast family. You can start your day with the latest college football stories, plus easy to listen to hour-by-hour downloads of the live show. Nextroundlive.com, a great way to stream the show live or shop in the Next Round store. Make nextroundlive.com your homepage. That's nextroundlive.com.
Hey, it's Rockstar for Way to Wellness, and I'm here with my coworker and friend Reed Taylor. And I just wanted to ask Reed, how much weight have you lost during this weight loss program?
11 pounds.
Whoa! That sounds great, Reed. Why don't you sit down and rest those pipes for a second? At Way to Wellness, Leslie and her team have taught us how to go about reaching our goals the right way and are there to answer questions and hold us accountable along the way. Join our challenge at nextroundlive.com or learn more about Way to Wellness at aplanforme.com. You did so good.
Your 24-hour home for the show is our website, nextroundlive.com. Easy links to the day's top stories in the morning rounds, plus the latest videos from the show, podcasts like Bama and Bourbon, The Mystery Fifth Hour, Last Call, and other shows from our Double Down Media podcast family. Nextroundlive.com, a great way to stream the show live or find easy-to-listen-to hour-by-hour downloads from the Next Round Live show. And get the latest gear in the Next Round store. Make nextroundlive.com your homepage. That's nextroundlive.com.
And then started eating Maggie's leftover fries from hers.
That's why you can't see your junk.
Welcome back to the show.
No, I went to a place yesterday. They'd always been hyping up this chicken biscuit. And it's so funny because I went in last Sunday and I got there they close early on Sundays. I don't know if you know that, like 6 o'clock or something. So I got there and I was talking to one of the guys, Garrett, and I asked him about this chicken biscuit that you've been raving up or hyping up. And he said, yeah. So I called Friday to see if they had brunch on Saturday. And the guy said, we don't. So I called back Saturday to see what time they open for brunch. And the guy that answered the phone was a different guy. He's like, you're really excited about that chicken biscuit. So I finally went in yesterday. And again, I didn't get into brunch until like 12:30 or 1 o'clock because we had people over so late Saturday night. But I tried this thing. And Rockstar, it's massive biscuit, fried chicken breast on it. It's got pimento cheese with pepper jelly on it.
Pineapple pepper jelly.
Yeah. Flavoring is fantastic, but I ate basically around it, and I probably finished half of it, and I tapped out. It was impossible.
Show me how big it is.
It's
that big? But you go knife and fork,
right? No, it's this thick. You can go knife and fork. I mean, I just kind of like squeeze down on it, but I mean, it's got to be a pound.
It's the size of what a Big Mac used to look like.
Right, back in the day.
Well, it's gigantic. And
Don't tell Bryan Harsin.
It's just really filling it.
Yeah.
Fantastic flavoring. But I told Dunaway, I was like, I don't think anybody's ever finished one of those. You said the owner had said nobody ever finished it.
And I wolfed it down and then started eating Maggie's. And then that's what you heard when we came back. Part of our show, I won a stake bet after landmining 2 number 1 seeds on Friday.
Now, what stake did you win?
You'll find out after you tell us about Urology Centers of Alabama.
Okay, you've probably seen or heard a lot of promotions for different men's clinics offering miracle cures for conditions like erectile dysfunction and low testosterone. The real medical experts in erectile dysfunction are urologists who receive extensive training in the physiology, anatomy, and treatment of both urinary disorders and genital problems. They've done extensive research in men's sexual health. Urologists have done the basic science and clinical research for the current treatments of erectile dysfunction. That's why UCA has opened its new men's health center run by experienced urologists who have a history of excellence in care. Their team takes a customized approach to men's health by treating issues like low T, ED, and infertility. And looking at a man's overall health, the UCA Men's Health Center offers metabolic services that include genetic testing, fitness testing, your nutrition, counseling, and at-home sleep studies so you can begin to feel like yourself again. Gentlemen, you owe it to yourself to discover a new personalized approach to the men's health at the UCA Men's Health Center. Schedule an appointment today. Visit UCAMen'sHealthCenter.com or call 205-930-0920.
This is going to be your best win of all time.
It is not my best win of all time.
It will be. What's your best win of all time?
Best one of all time is when I said Alabama's defense would not score
a
defensive touchdown.
This eclipses that.
Tell me what's going on.
In my opinion, this
because right now I'm
that.
up 6, right?
You're up 6 until this happened, and all our listeners who paid attention, I would not even have noticed this.
Me neither.
And then all of a sudden, I get flooded with this Instagram picture on my Twitter feed. It is, ladies and gentlemen, Utah State gymnastics signee Jordan Cromartie is off to college to be a gymnast at Utah State.
Well, I got to say a couple of things. I'm not surprised. He's got. I mean, I don't know how many kids he's got. He's got a slew. So when we actually did this bet, I'm not surprised. It was one of those give me's. I'm giving you one back.
Oh, are you serious?
No. When we talked about this, he's got like 15 kids.
Well, yeah, but one of them had to sign a Division I.
But here's the problem:
athletic scholarship.
They've got to play Division I sports.
Well, how's it worded?
I mean, you can check the wording. I'm pretty sure it was they've got to play. There's a difference in signing.
So are you hoping she has a devastating knee injury between now and her first meet?
Whatever happens ain't my problem. I'm saying she's got to play. I mean, that's the way I remember it. I could be wrong. Let's just check the wording.
One match. I mean, it's gymnastics. So if she does the vault in one match, she's good. Yeah,
I mean, that's it.
If she's on the team.
I thought it was they have to play Division I sports. I thought that's the way we worded it. I could be wrong.
Sign a scholarship.
I could be wrong.
Again, I don't.
Antonio Cromartie kid plays D1 sport. Is what it says.
Do we need a ruling on this?
I mean, plays is
that little balloon just got.
Yeah.
No, I mean plays. I mean, do we not think that? I mean, she got a scholarship. I mean, Paul Tyson never really played at Alabama, but he played at Alabama.
I mean, he held for field goals.
I mean, look, he did get on the field.
Yeah.
I mean, she'll get on the mat.
All this girl's got to do is get on the mat.
I'd already taken it off. You want me to wait until she
actually?
Oh, yeah,
I think you're waiting. Yeah. And she's got to get eligible, too.
You know what Dunaway now has to do? Follow Utah State gymnastics. He's got to watch it.
I mean, if we need to start going through the wording of our stake bets, we can.
Oh, no, apparently we do go through the wording of the stake bets. Let's do trash. It's brought to you by Mortgage Right.
He's not beat up.
Thank you to the Wendy's. What can I get for you?
Can I have 6?
You want 6?
No, stupid. Number 6.
Oh.
LT's Trash is presented by Mortgage Right. Mortgages done the right way.
Good thing is I've got 14 other kids who still have a fighting chance.
Look, you're going to win this sooner or later.
That's a great win for you. I can't believe you're dismissing how big a win this is.
I can't believe it's not a win yet, Brad.
No, it's not. It's true. It's a good point.
Hey, if renting is putting a dent in your bank account, here's your sign from the universe. It is time to buy a new home, and who better to help you through the ins and outs of home buying than our friends at Mortgage Right. With Mortgage Right, you don't have to worry about becoming a short notice mortgage expert because they do all the heavy lifting for you. Visit mortgageright.com/TNR to buy before renting runs you dry. NMLS 2239, equal housing lender. So Pete Davidson strikes me as a guy that's gone where a lot of men have been before.
Yeah.
He's going somewhere a lot of men haven't been.
Right.
Pete Davidson will be part of the latest crew flying to outer space.
Wow.
On a rocket and capsule by Blue Origin. This is the private space flight company created by Amazon founder Jeff Bezos. Davidson 28 will be part of the 4th human flight. Now, don't you think William Shatner was the oldest person ever to go to space? Michael Strahan was on that. This makes me a little nervous, though, because there's only, they said passengers on a flight experience of about 4 minutes once they travel to the edge of space at an altitude of more than 65 miles. It's only a 6-person crew.
Yeah, and it's the edge of space, first off.
It's still technically space.
It's the wording, Lance. It's always
the word edge of space.
I don't know if you know this.
They don't actually leave the Earth atmosphere.
So if you did this, you would not claim to have been in space.
This round is definitely the play-in game in Dayton. Where you see the tournament right now, Rutgers or Notre Dame is not in the NCAA tournament.
They're not in the tournament yet. They got to earn their way in.
They're at the edge of space.
Pete Davidson will not earn his way into space. You're telling me?
Yeah. I don't know. I wouldn't be interested in this. Would you?
I would not. No. And I wonder. It's a big price point. I assume Pete doesn't pay, but I wonder if he gets paid to do it just for the promotion.
He probably does, because the 6-person crew will include Party America CEO Marty Allen. I'm sure he's paying.
Well, so far it's Pete
real estate mogul Mark Hagel and his wife Sharon Hagel.
Oh, a couple's trip.
University of North Carolina professor Jim Kitchen and Dr. George Neald, who is the president of commercial space technology.
But then there's actually some people who can fly the plane, right?
I assume.
That's
forgot about that.
I don't trust Pete to do that. Do you?
Not leave that seat open.
So there's a couple up there. Is there such thing as an Edge of Space Club?
Oh no, 65 mile high.
Again, weightlessness for a good 4 minutes there. That would be the time to try, right?
I don't know.
Honey, you've never been lighter.
Tell me how this guy's wedding night's going to go.
Can I do it in a furry?
Triplet sisters in the Democratic Republic of Congo all proposed to the same man on the same day.
So confusing.
Wow.
I don't know which one I'm saying yes to.
It's just, triplets.
Yeah.
Now, although he almost, quote, fainted by the polygamy request, the man eventually said yes to all three to the parents' shock.
Okay.
Now, the man
All right.
Yeah, tell me
only
it, too.
identified as Louiso. Quote, my parents don't understand what I'm doing.
Really?
Now, the colorful ceremony took place in a town called Kalihe, and their story was detailed earlier by the Arab Max English, a viral video news organization. Now, after meeting all three, Louiso couldn't tell them apart and asked which one was which, soon fell in love with the triplets. Makes sense, right?
So 3 guys, 1 girl.
Now, one of the wives said when
Three
we told
girls,
him
one guy.
Yeah, it's the opposite.
he had
girls,
to
one
three
guy.
girls,
marry
one guy.
all of us, he was shocked, but because he had already fallen in love with all of us, nothing could stop our plans since we were also in love with him.
There will not be any drama in this.
Oh, 3 sisters?
Yeah.
Calling one by the wrong name.
3 sisters,
No
1 dude.
competition, right?
Yeah.
Well, your sister does this.
He can't tell them apart. That's got to be exhausting.
It really does, yeah.
Well, I mean, that's when you go with the quick tattoo, right?
I'm going to need you to get a quick tattoo.
No, the Michael Scott where he puts the Sharpie on
That was
it.
unbelievable.
Such a funny episode.
Is that the Benny?
Benny Hot at Christmas, yeah.
How about this headline? A woman accidentally shoots boyfriend in face after he tried to teach her how to use a gun.
Well, he was a poor instructor. Rockstar's pulling up. We can see on our preview screen here. There's a picture of this. Guy got shot in the face. Oh,
That's the shooter.
Is that a bullet hole above her
well,
right
that's
eye?
kind of what it looked like. Yeah, but that's the shooter, not the victim.
That's
Shot.
That's a big head.
Yeah.
So here's how it went down. Police say 30-year-old man had to drive himself to the hospital after being shot in the face while he struggled with his girlfriend over a gun. That doesn't seem like he's actually teaching her how to shoot, right?
Like he's fighting her. Yeah.
It's a struggle.
Now, WTVJ obtained a Toledo police report stating that Christopher Scott was trying to show his girlfriend, 36-year-old Anna Seguero, right there, how to use a handgun while at home. The report says Seguero recently had purchased the firearm. Seguero told police she wanted Scott to put the weapon down because he wasn't allowed to be around guns because of a prior felony conviction.
Quote unquote.
When Scott refused, police say Seguero took the gun away. The struggle led to the gun going off, and that's when Scott was in the mouth.
Listen, I'm not going to judge book by cover, but
Big cover.
she looks like she could fire a gun. I don't think she was up for instruction.
Would you be upset if you had to drive yourself to the hospital with a shot in the face?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's like Buscemi took one in Fargo to the mouth.
Yeah.
A lot of blood. Now, there's a lot of biopics that I've enjoyed. I really don't want to see one about Billy Joel. Do you guys?
I don't think he does either.
Not a
Yeah,
fan.
That's what I was going to get to. And apparently, Billy Joel doesn't want to see this biopic. Now, it's received a green light despite not having any rights to the artist's music, likeness, or even his name.
Oh, you can't even have his music in it?
Entitled
or his name.
Piano Man. The production is coming from Michael J. White. Michael J. White apparently was the guy behind Undercover Brother 2 and Spawn.
Oh, okay.
And his gigantic studios. However, Joel's rep told Variety the musician is not involved in the film in any capacity, no intention to grant the project rights to any element of Joel's personal life. Now, according to producers, this is going to be the Gigantic Productions acquired the rights to Erwin Mazur, who was Joel's first manager, who discovered him at age 16. Story will follow Joel's discovery by Mazur in the 60s and a 72 performance that caught Clive Davis's attention. For a point of reference, Joel's big break, Piano Man, was released in 1973.
Why is Billy so anti this?
I don't know. I just remember Andre 3000 played Jimi Hendrix in a biopic, and the last moment, the Hendrix family said, "You cannot use our music." So the only thing they could show was him doing the Star Spangled Banner. Everything was like generic guitar music, and it's a biopic about Jimi Hendrix.
Never even heard of it.
With no Hendrix music. So this is, you can't use my name, you can't use my likeness, and you can't use my music. But we're going to talk about your career. Okay.
It's going to be a tough movie to pull off there. On top of that, I think even if you had all you needed from Billy Joel, that's a tough sell anyway, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't want to see it anyway.
Yeah, Billy Joel biopic. I mean, I don't hate his music. There's some of it I like.
But apparently the Elton John one was good, right?
I thought it was. A lot of people hated it.
Everybody think the best one so far was Queen, the Bohemian
Yeah,
Rhapsody.
Freddie Mercury.
I thought Rocket Man was a little bit better than Bohemian Rhapsody.
But they're not going to do silly things in this, like, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Jilly Bowl. They're gonna like just never introduce it.
Sing us the song on the piano pan.
Chili Bowl.
I've got dinner facts for you guys.
All right.
Katy Perry has a cat named Kitty Purry.
Oh, see,
That's
she's
pretty
cheesy
funny,
too.
yeah.
Jennifer Lawrence has H2O tattooed on her hand to remind her to drink more water.
It's this teeny tiny little tattoo that says H2O.
You
Let's all
really
drink for Jennifer,
would
right?
not think you would need that.
I love this fact. New Jersey State Assembly voted to honor Bruce Springsteen's song Born to Run as the, quote, rock theme of New Jersey. The bill didn't pass in the state Senate when it was realized the song was actually about running away from New Jersey.
Oh, hell.
Nobody read the lyrics, did they?
The terms and conditions.
Here's another dinner fact
She
for you
has
guys.
to play D1 sports.
That's the way it's written, right?
That's the way it's written.
Yep.
Thomas Edison was so upset with his son's ineptitude in business that he paid him $35 a week to use a different name. His son changed his name to Thomas Willard.
So I told you guys I watched that movie over the weekend, The Current War. Edison was he was a tough nut, man.
Yeah.
He was a
Big D.
You like
wasn't
him
he?
better than Severance?
it was much better than Severance. I saw the end of this one. But Edison, Benjamin Cumberbatch plays a great role. Huh?
Benedict.
Benjamin. Benedict. It was lunch for laughing at me.
Yeah.
What do they call his groupies? The Cumberbitches?
Oh, I don't know. I was going to say.
I think it is.
It's a lot better than I thought you were going.
Yeah, Benedict. And then Michael Shannon plays Westinghouse.
Michael
was good.
Shannon's awesome.
No, he's a very good actor.
God, he's just so creepy, but he is a great actor.
I thought the movie was only okay. But I'll say Tesla ended up getting the shaft in the whole deal. Spoiler alert. And Edison is not a good dude. It doesn't appear.
Got named after one of the greatest rock bands of all time.
Who does?
Yeah. Give me
Hey,
a break.
I don't remember. This was probably a trash story back in the day, but in 2009, this is our last dinner fact today on Trash on the Table. Burger King ran the Whopper Sacrifice campaign, which gave a free Whopper to anyone who deleted 10 friends on Facebook. Now, Facebook suspended the program because Burger King was alerting people, letting them know you've been dropped for a sandwich.
Wow.
You guys remember this?
I don't remember that.
I didn't remember it was Burger King, but I remember the social media aspect of it.
So slap in the
So
face.
everybody I defriended, you got to notice that you got defriended by Sean because he got a free Whopper.
Well, I got 1/10 of a free Whopper. You were one of the 10 he had to delete.
All right, that is Trash Today, brought to you by the great folks at Mortgage Right. Wherever you are in America, Mortgage Right can be your refinancing partner, your mortgage partner, and they will make sure they take care of you.
Yeah, and Mortgage Right's pre-approval experts will get you the verification and reassurance you need to master the mortgage process. Plus, with a Mortgage Right pre-approval, you'll know your home buying budget and will be able to shop with confidence. Don't let doubt keep you shut out. Start your home buying journey today. Go to mortgageright.com/TNR NMLS 2239 Equal Housing Lender.
And as always, this hour of the show being brought to you by Champy's World Famous Fried Chicken, Highway 119 in Alabaster. Go check them out today for lunch or dinner sometime this week. Champy'sChicken.com.
Take the next round anywhere you go with official Next Round gear. Buy yours today at nextround.store.
Vulcan Tire and Automotive is hiring. If you want to take advantage of joining in with a local growing company in the automotive service industry, this is the opportunity for you. Hiring oil and tire technicians and more experienced mechanics. If you've got the talent and the desire, there is a spot for you at Vulcan Tire and Auto. Stop by one of their 4 locations and the manager on site can walk you through the pay scale, great benefits, and flexible work schedule. Get paid to build your future in the industry. Moody, Trustful, Hoover, and Gardendale, VulcanTireandAuto.com.
Hey, Lance Taylor from the Next Round. I'm absolutely loving my Alfa Romeo Stelvio that I've been in for months now, and right now you can get up to $3,500 bonus cash plus 1.9% financing for 72 months on the all-new 2021 Alfa Romeo Giulias and the Stelvios at Alfa Romeo of Birmingham. Come experience the passion and performance of Alfa Romeo. Alfa Romeo USA of Birmingham.com, 1837 Grants Mill Road, exit 27, right off of I-459.
If renting is putting a dent in your bank account, here's your sign from the universe that it's time to buy a new home. And who better to help you through the ins and outs of home buying than our friends at Mortgage Right. With Mortgage Right, you don't have to worry about becoming a short notice mortgage expert because they do all the heavy lifting for you. They're trusted mortgage professionals and they'll help you choose the right mortgage option and stand by your side every step of the way. Visit mortgageright.com/TNR to buy before renting runs you dry. That's mortgageright.com/TNR. NMLS 2239 Equal Housing Lender.
From fixer-uppers to mansions, Holly Mack Wilson sells it all. If your home is dated or if you have a property in need of repair and just want to get it sold without fixing it up, you need Holly Mack Wilson. This is a niche market, and Holly excels in moving as-is real estate. Call Holly Mack Wilson today, 205-901-9446. That's 205-901-9446. From fixer-uppers to mansions, Holly Mack Wilson sells it all. Holly Mack Wilson, an as-is Tuscaloosa Keller Williams realtor.
Hey, Lance Taylor from the Next Round to tell you about one of our favorite places for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That is Hamburger Heaven since 1982. Hamburger Heaven has been serving Birmingham's best hamburgers, cheeseburgers, French fries, hand-spun milkshakes, and sandwiches made fresh to order. All of their ingredients are fresh and prepared daily. This includes their beef, always fresh, never frozen, hand-pattied each and every day. For breakfast, lunch, or dinner, visit any of the 4 locations, Highway 280, Irondale, Gardendale, and Homewood. Done building your family? A vasectomy is a safe, simple, effective option for birth control. When it was my time to take the snip, I used my friends at Urology Centers of Alabama. March Madness right around the corner, and there's no better time for a vasectomy. It's a great reason to be off your feet and be on the couch during the game with the wife's approval. It's a quick, in-office procedure covered by most insurances. Urology Centers of Alabama, 16 convenient locations. Call 205-922-SNP. That's 205-922-7647.
A legendary coach once said, "It's not the will to win that matters. It's the will to prepare to win." Bryant bankers have the dedication and experience to put together a financial game plan that's right for you. Stop by one of the 7 Central Alabama locations today or give them a call at 1-855-4-BRYANT to begin preparing for your financial future today. You'll find out what unbeatable service and legendary results are all about. Bryant Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
The Next Round store is live and loaded. Check out the latest logo t-shirts and hoodies. Get your favorite team colors, the Next Round flag shirt, or grab the popular Y'all Can Have the Rest t-shirts. Go to nextround.store. That's nextround.store.
Hi, this is Wes McClooney, owner of the New Balance Birmingham store. Today I have some tips on how to stay healthy. Number 1, get some cardio. 2, get a proper fitting on your shoes to get the most out of that cardio. Our in-store fit specialist will match your feet with the perfect New Balance shoe so you get the perfect fit. Come see us at the New Balance Birmingham store, located on Highway 280 next to Chick-fil-A. Experience the difference a custom fit makes today at New Balance Birmingham.
Start your day online at nextroundlive.com. Get all the latest videos, podcasts, and college football stories. And it's also a great way to stream the show or shop in the Next Round store. Stay connected by visiting nextroundlive.com.
Back with you on the Next Round. Jim Dunaway along with Ryan Brown, Lance Taylor, Rockstar Forrester, and Lunsford all with you today. Part of the show being brought to you by the great folks at Storm Restoration Roofing. It's Greg Nelson and his wife at Storm Restoration Roofing. Maybe you know him as Greg from Pell City. Maybe you'll see him riding around with the Next Round logo on his pickup truck. Either way, same great guy, same father of 10, same family man who wants to treat you like family right now. He'll give you a free, no-cost inspection with no obligation. 205-542-3531. 542-3531. Recommended, Greg, to my neighbor just yesterday. That's how much I like Greg. She had, when the wind was blowing so hard the other day, one of her little umbrellas flew up off the back deck area, hit the roof, took off 2 of those shingles right there. She's like, you know anybody I can call? Yes, I do. Greg from Pell City is who you can call. 205-542-3531, 542-3531, or just look him up on Facebook. Greg from Pell City, locally owned for over 20 years, A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. Insurance companies trust him. That'll help you out, and he's got great warranty as well. It's Greg from Pell City, Storm Restoration Roofing. We'll talk to Nate Oats coming up at the top of the hour. Look forward to talking to him. And a couple other notes going on in the NFL, and we'll get back to the basketball. Deshaun Watson, it was going to be, it seemed like anyway, the Panthers going all in for Deshaun Watson, but there was some discussion that maybe the Buccaneers would get into the mix and try to get Deshaun Watson. It happens last week that there's no criminal charges that are going to happen. Now Tom Brady's back with the Buccaneers, and they're talking that maybe this changes the market for Deshaun Watson. I don't think it changes it too much. If the Panthers want to go all in with him, it's still the same thing, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the Vegas numbers earlier before the show, and the Panthers are your overwhelming favorite to get Deshaun Watson.
And if you're Matt Rule or a Panther fan, I mean, he played at Clemson, very comfortable in that area. Are you excited about Deshaun Watson?
Well, I am now that he's been cleared. I mean, there's no criminal charges, right? So, I don't know exactly what went on. I think there was some major gray area probably. But if he's cleared and, legally nothing's coming, why would you not be excited about it?
Still a chance the NFL could cost him some games.
Yeah, on what basis?
Image.
Just their investigation. Remember, Zeke Elliott never got charged, right? And he missed some games.
Yeah, I saw that story over the weekend. I'm like, if there are no criminal charges... Now, I know he has settled some cases, so I don't know what the NFL can do about that, right? What the NFL can say, okay, well, you settled, 18 of the 22. You got to tell us about those 18. Maybe that's how they do suspend him some, but there is that cloud hanging over that you might not have him right away if you get him.
But you do keep in mind that he has missed already a year, so maybe they take that into consideration.
Time served, basically, yeah.
The other big quarterback news today, not named Tom Brady or Deshaun Watson, is Kirk Cousins. The Vikings made their decision, LT, to ride with Kirk Cousins, signing him to a $35 million deal. And relatively speaking, in quarterback money, that's fairly cheap.
Well, I mean, I don't know if it's fairly cheap. I mean, what is the average quarterback making right now? I mean, it's probably close, but to me, is that a guy that's going to get you over the hump? I mean, they've only been in the top 10 in scoring one time under Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins is a guy to me that can't win you a Super Bowl.
I would agree completely.
Yeah. But where else were they going to go? Were they going to get a guy that could win them a Super Bowl?
Maybe probably not, but they need to start building for the future because Kirk Cousins, again, to me, is not a guy, and especially with Aaron Rodgers coming back in that division. It would have been one thing. I think Minnesota probably still with Kirk Cousins would have been favored to win the North without Aaron Rodgers, but now, I don't know. But they rearranged the cap. He's going to get $40 million in 2022 and $30 million in 2023, all of it fully guaranteed. $70 million coming to Kirk Cousins.
We will get back to basketball with Nate Oats, but I got one thing on the LSU job after I tell you about the lock of the day, which is brought to you every day by our friends at Hemp Hill Services. LT's going to send out a lock a little bit later on.
3-0 yesterday, don't we?
3-0 yesterday, and there's a chance he goes to the NBA tonight, right?
There's a good chance,
because there's no college basketball tonight. So that could be where LT's going. There's a big matchup involving the 76ers. Tonight, who are they playing?
Nuggets
and 76ers, and I think the Bucks and the Jazz play. So a couple of big games on ESPN. He'll have the lock for you at the Lance Taylor later on. All the plays at Lance's Lock, and it's brought to you by Adam and Chad and the folks at Hemp Hill Services. When something's not running right, flowing right, draining right, or flushing right, that's when you call Hemp Hill. Hemp Hill Services, they've been serving you since 1954, you and your neighbors. We trust them for a variety of reasons. They fix it right. They do it right the first time. They do it at a fair price. And, boy, that makes a difference, doesn't it? For all your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, it's Hemp Hill Services. Call them now, 205-229-2090, 229-2090. All right, we saw what LSU did in the football coaching search. Scott Woodward was going to get a big guy, big name. He went and got Brian Kelly. The names that are being thrown out, you don't know what the NCAA is going to do first off.
Well, that's what I was going to ask. I mean, where are we on that?
We don't know. Scott Drew, Buzz Peterson.
Buzz
Peterson. Underwood from Illinois.
Brad Underwood.
Yep. And Bill Self. Those are the four names that are being thrown out.
Who's throwing those names?
That's
Kansas
people,
coach Bill Self?
People close to I'm telling you, Scott Drew, Bill said the people that are in the Big 12 are worried about the future of the Big 12.
Well, I wouldn't worry about a good basketball program. Look at Gonzaga. Look at the conference they're in. Kansas and Baylor are going to be able to survive.
Yeah,
Bill Self.
They're still going to make their money. There's zero chance either one of those guys takes that job.
That Scott Drew or Bill Self takes that job.
I wouldn't even think Underwood from Illinois. You kidding me?
I wouldn't think so either.
Okay.
And I didn't even know Buzz Peterson was still alive.
Buzz Peterson will take it.
Not Buzz Peterson. Buzz Williams.
My God, I could not figure out.
Yeah,
Buzz
but why
Peterson.
would you not stay at A&M and try to do something nobody else has done, making the same kind of money or more?
Scott's the guy that hired him at A&M,
right.
They have that relationship. Back to the same Jimbo Fisher rumor. Interesting to see what happens. I mean, I think doesn't Bill Self have his own NCAA thing to worry about?
Yeah, I could not see that at all. Yeah.
All right. Something to keep an eye on with the LSU coaching search as they crate things up. Alabama's got their coach. It's Nate Oats. Sweet 16 run last year. Won the SEC last year. Had a great start to this year. He says it's a new season. We'll talk to Nate about Alabama's draw and what's ahead for the Tide in the NCAA tournament. He is next with us on TNR.
Follow The Next Round on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Next Round Live.
Excalibur Services, now a Train dealer, invites you to join their Total Home Comfort Club. Just like your car, your heating and cooling, electrical and plumbing systems need to be maintained for top performance, safety, and comfort. The Excalibur Home Comfort Club benefits include free consultations, priority scheduling, summer and winter cooling and heating tune-ups, a yearly plumbing and electrical inspection, plus 15% off any repair. Ask about our limited time buy one, get two sale. Call us today at 205-718-8688. Excalibur Services, Alabama license number 15214.
Have you had a pipe burst? A washing machine overflow? Maybe your toilet or bathtub is overflowed upstairs and now you have water coming through your ceiling. Big problem for you? No problem for a Dry Tech specialist. They're ready to help. It is important to act immediately when water damage occurs. Failing to do so can cause mold, rot, and mildew issues. Long-term exposure to these toxins can cause many health issues down the road. So act fast. Your first step is calling Dry Tech Solutions, 205-637-0143. They have 24/7 emergency services, 205-637-0143 or mydrytech.com.
Hey, Lance Taylor from The Next Round to tell you about our friends at Farmfolio. If you're concerned about market volatility or inflation, Farmfolio can help you diversify your portfolio into cash-flowing farmland property. We all know about rental real estate. Cash flow and appreciation are the name of the game. With Farmfolio's productive farmland lots, your trees act as the tenants, and they pay you in fruit, which is sold by Farmfolio's international sales team to the likes of Walmart and Costco, ultimately generating cash flow for you. As your cash flow increases, your property value also increases. Just like tenant-occupied real estate, the best part is you don't have to be a farmer. You own, they farm, and you earn. This is the way it works at Farmfolio. For more information, you can go online, check everything out today. Go to farmfolio.net. That's farmfolio.net. Check it out today. If you're concerned about that market volatility or inflation, Farmfolio is your best friend. Go online today, farmfolio.net.
It was 1881 when Seiko began its legacy as a true watch manufacturer. And one of the most significant achievements from Seiko was the creation of the world's first quartz watch, delivering unmatched performance at the time. Bromberg's is thrilled to be an official Seiko jeweler and introduce another fine timekeeping brand to Birmingham. You'll find a wide selection of classics and limited edition timepieces at the Mountain Brook store. From the most elegant to the most rugged sports models, Seiko has it all. Available now at Bromberg's in Mountain Brook.
This is for the men who never settle, the ones who believe only quitters end a game in a tie, the type of guys who choose the bar with the biggest TVs to overcompensate for theirs at home. This is the Lodge mentality. This is Twin Peaks.
Want more of the show? Download the app or visit nextroundlive.com for the latest podcast. The Mystery Fifth Hour, our Not For All Ages podcast, The Last Call, and our entire Double Down Media podcast family, all at nextroundlive.com and on the Next Round app.
The Next Round team is getting healthy in 2022. You could join the challenge as we look to lose weight with our friends at Way to Wellness. Plus, you can participate with your office as well and win a grand prize. For more information, go to nextroundlive.com.
It's time to party with Redmond Vodka for the madness. Go to redmondvodka.com/final pour and get ready. On March 13th, the link to Charles Barkley's Final Pour will be emailed to you. Submit your picks before the first game and share that you've submitted on your social media, and make sure to tag at Redmond Vodka and at Next Round Live. Then all you have to do is fill out your bracket. It's the Charles Barkley's Final Pour bracket, brought to you by Redmond Vodka and the Next Round.
When you have questions about your urological health, count on the healthcare experts at Urology Centers of Alabama. With 16 locations and a team of specialists across Alabama, you can find help you need from a trusted UCA physician. Get started at urologycentersalabama.com.
Anheuser-Busch wants every experience for you around beer to be a good one. And getting home safely is always a priority. So encourage friends to decide to ride, whether it's by being the designated driver, calling an Uber, or taking public transit. You cannot drive drunk if you don't drive there. This message is brought to you by Anheuser-Busch, Mothers Against Drunk Driving, Uber, Birmingham Budweiser, and the Next Round. Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
Jim Dunaway. Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown, and Rockstar. Live from the Birmingham Racecourse Casino Studios, the next round, presented by Bud Light, is on now.
Boy, if you're looking for Alabama to start playing like they were back in December, we put up the Christmas decorations again just to try to recreate December for the Alabama basketball team. We'll talk to Nate Oats in just a second after LT tells us about our friends at Creekside.
Creekside Barbecue at Oak Mountain, centered around great barbecue, soulful music, and good vibes. Alabama-style chicken, North Carolina pork, Memphis-kissed ribs, along with chef-inspired sides. There is something for everyone at Creekside Barbecue. Creekside Barbecue just off of I-65 at the Oak Mountain exit. Come enjoy lunch or dinner on Creekside's huge outdoor deck overlooking the creek with several TVs and incredible food. Creekside can also cater parties and other events for up to 200 people. For more information, stop by or check out that menu online, creekside/bbq.com.
The Alabama basketball coach with us now on the JohnstonRVCenter.com hotline. Welcome in, Coach. Hope you're doing well.
Doing good. How you doing?
Doing great. Thanks a lot. Let's start with the obvious. How difficult is it to prepare for the NCAA tournament when you don't know who your opponent is?
Yeah, it makes it a little harder. We had the same situation my last year at Buffalo when it was Arizona State, and I can't remember who they played in the playing game now, but I do.
St. John's, wasn't it? I think it was St. John's.
It was. That was exactly what it was. Look at you guys. You've either done your research, you got great memories. Yeah, I just remember because it was my former boss. It was Bobby Hurley, so I was, I wanted him to win, but I didn't really want to play against him, so a little torn there. But he won in the playing game. We were 6th seed at Buffalo. They were an 11 seed, similar to now. The good thing we had going is that was a Tuesday, and then we played them on a Thursday. So the NCAA gets you out like that night. So Rutgers going to play Notre Dame. Hopefully they get them out that night. You're either getting them out that night, Wednesday night, or they're getting them out the next day. So whatever it is, you're getting in the middle of the night. You got Thursday, and then you got to play Friday. And we're playing Friday in early game. So hopefully they're a little tired and we can take advantage of it. But we have to do twice as much prep, and we have to prepare for both teams like they're the only team we're playing. So, all of our staff meetings, like today in practice, we've got a Rutgers segment, we got a Notre Dame segment. So, we can't go all in on one team, which is, a little harder on us, but hopefully in turn, they're maybe a little more tired or whatever, and we're a little more fresh than them when we play them.
Yeah, it doesn't seem very equitable that Texas, LSU, and Colorado State, also 6 seeds, know exactly who they're going to play. I mean, where are you on the playing game? I've always been one of those guys. I love 64 teams. I've never really gotten into the play-in games, but as a coach, where are you?
You know what? I don't mind it. I mean, we've had like I said, we've had this one other time in my history, and we were 1-0 in these games, so. Like the other 3 6 seeds know who they're playing and have the whole time to prepare, but so do the 11 seeds. Notre Dame and Rutgers probably aren't looking at any other than the support staff. That's the head coach, and really isn't looking at any of our stuff right now. They're going to have 1 day prep. We at least have 3 or 4 days prep to prepare for them. Now we got to split our time, but we got enough people up here. We ought to be able to do a good job, and they have to play a game to get to us. So hopefully they're tired, but on the flip side of it, the team we lost to last year in the Sweet 16 round was UCLA, who played the playing game. So I know why they did it, because there's every year there's more and more Division I teams. It used to be 330. I think there's 358 this year. So you get these other conferences that now have automatic bids. So then they were taking away, at-large bids from high major schools, and they wanted more of them in. That's where the bulk of the money comes from. So they had to. I mean, it's all but the NCAA tournament all comes down to money.
That's right.
So 68 teams brings them more money. The playing games bring a little more excitement. May not be the last time they adjust the number of teams in the field. Who knows?
Yeah, and that's that math background there from Nate Oats. It's all about the money right there, his math education. Psychology is not in your background, I don't think anyway, but I would imagine you're having to do a little Dr. Phil sometimes with a basketball team over your years of coaching. With this team right now, how much of it is just positive vibes? This guy right here, Lance, very superstitious. Like, he'll burn sage before his favorite team plays in his room. Or is it all positive vibes? Is that what you're feeding your guys today?
Lance, where do you get the sage from? I might need some.
Yeah, you can get. There's a lot of places that got sage. We'll send you some. I'm telling you, it works too. It really does.
Be very careful making those purchases.
We may need it. Phil Jackson had the whole Native American deal going, right?
I think that was something else he was smoking or burning.
But are you feeding the vibes? It's all positive vibes to you guys?
Listen, we made the point, and we're trying to simplify this real simple. If our offense is trying to generate 3 shots, free throws at the rims, kick out threes. If we'd have made any of those 3 at a decent rate, normal, any of them, not all 3 of them, any of the 3, we beat Vanderbilt. We shot 50% at the rim. We were 13 to 26. If we shoot what we have been all year, close to 70%, we win the game. We shot 58% at the free throw line. If we just shot 75% like we've been doing most of the year, we win the game. We shot 25%, 24% from 3. If we just shot 32% from 3, we win the game. So we made the point. We're not far off. We played hard enough to win. Our defense was good enough to win if we hadn't thrown the ball to the other team as many times we did for layups on the other end. So we try to make this real simple. We're going to take care of the ball. We're going to make free throws. We're going to make layups, and we're going to take good threes. I mean, we're going to get in the gym. We're going to work these days. Today, every guy's coming in to shoot with an assistant outside of practice. Tomorrow, we'll try to get shooting times in before we go. And let's go on a run. I mean, shoot, the team we lost to last year had to play the 11 seed as a play-in game. They lost 4 in a row, UCLA did, before they came into the tournament. We're real close to being where we need to be. Doesn't really do us much good to beat our guys up at this point. Let's point out what we're doing well. We're getting the shots we want. We just got to convert them. Let's play as hard as we did on defense. We played hard. We got to do it without fouling. That was the other major issue against Vanderbilt. Play hard on D without fouling, take care of the ball, make free throws, make layups so we can make a run.
Alabama coach Nate Oats with us on the JohnstonRVCenter.com hotline. How much, though you were a 2 seed last year, you were an inexperienced 2 seed. As a 6 seed, how much, even though it was a non-conventional tournament obviously last year, how much does just having experienced guys in the tournament help you?
I think it's a big deal. Because especially that first game, I mean, you go back to last year, we struggled to beat Iona. Now, Iona was a well-coached team that, but once we beat them, if you look at our second round game, we kind of relaxed and really beat Maryland pretty handily. I think the jitteriness of playing in the NCAA tournament, Quinterly, Shaq, Keon Ellis, Darius Miles, Juwan Gary, they've all been through it. Now, the arena was not packed in Indy like it's going to be packed in San Diego, but it's still the NCAA tournament that's on TV that everybody's talking about. I mean, Tom Brady tried to ruin the vibe last night.
He really did. I agree with you.
Everybody's talking about the NCAA tournament for a whole week, they had all that. Everybody's still talking about it, even if the arena's not filled. So every time you turn your TV on, it's all they talk about. You're on it. So I think that part helps, but we still got to go out and play the game. We still got to go out and play with some poise and show that we've got some experience in the game.
Not to put pressure on one specific guy, but if there is a guy that needs to be lights out for you guys to advance, who is that?
I think Quinterly's the guy. When he's played really well, we've gone a long ways. I think Keon and Shaq have been a little bit more consistent. I think we're going to get, they're going to make shots. Quinterly's been playing really, and shoot, look at last year. Quinterly struggled a little bit during the non-conference beginning, even some conference games, but he got going in March, and we went a long ways. He was the SEC tournament MVP. Unfortunately, we didn't get to play to the championship for him to get that chance this year. But when he played well last March, we were really good. When he's played well this year, we've been really good. So I think that would be the guy if you had to point out one.
Obviously not you because of NCAA rules, but the family, do they do a little bracket pick? The girls any good at making picks in the bracket?
Yeah, look, so my oldest one, Lexi's been into this for a while, obviously. Jossie's really into basketball. She used to stand up and lead the cheers at Buffalo. I they're on spring break this week. So we got to gather them all together in San Diego. Lexi's in Florida with a friend, so we had to get her a flight from Florida to San Diego. We didn't know where we were going to go. So I haven't even seen Lexi since the break came out. She's in Florida. The Jossie's at a friend's house because it's spring break and it's not cool to stay at home. She's overnight. Then the 9-year-old she didn't fill out a bracket. I'd probably have to help her fill one out. But here's the other issue. We were up at the office till after midnight last night. They Jossie was up for the little selection thing we had up here, but Bro was sick. So I'll have to print a couple of these out, take them home, put our little $2 wagers in, with kids with 9-year-olds, they don't know how much money's worth.
That's right.
You get a pocket full of change, that's a lot of money.
That's right. It seems like it should be more than the paper. The change should be more than the paper.
Yeah,
at that
exactly.
age.
You get a $100 bill here and you get a pocket. What do you want? The pocket full of change or this?
Yes.
We're going to take all the change. We'll put our nickels and dimes in there.
That's good.
All right, he is Alabama basketball coach Nate Oats getting ready for a trip to San Diego. Coach, best of luck. We always appreciate the time.
Appreciate it, guys. Thanks for having me on.
All right, Coach. Take care. Always fun. That is Nate Oats, head basketball coach at Alabama, with us on the JohnstonRVCenter.com hotline.
Oh, man, the coaches that we've had on today, Bryan Harsin and Nate Oats, we appreciate them joining video-wise, just to be able to see the guys and interact with them. It just makes a difference. And, he's right. There is something about, you play this long season, you've had such great moments, but then eventually it just starts stacking up all the negativity of what you're not doing right?
Yeah.
And the losses start stacking up. There's got to be something freeing about getting to the NCAA tournament, and you go, well, I mean, it's all or nothing, man. It's all in right now. It's like a poker analogy. When you push your cards, you push all your chips in, and it's up to the cards, man.
Well,
just flip them.
And there are examples. I mean, UCLA is a great example from last year that barely got into the tournament, had lost 4 games. They played in the play and got to a Final Four. You go back to UConn, the last really non-conventional team, at least when you're talking about Ken Pom, top 15 offensive and defensive adjustments, which I think Alabama still qualifies, right?
Oh, I don't know if their defense does.
I don't know. I mean, we might want to check that, but the last team to not do it was UConn on that unbelievable run they had under Kevin Lyle.
2014, I believe, was that year. So, yeah, I mean, there's something about this tournament, and we see it every year. Didn't VCU do the play-in game all the way to the Final Four?
There's always one of the play-in teams that actually has a good run.
Yeah, so
Alabama. And it's hard to ever look at that team. Like, I just don't see one of those teams this year.
What was the Ken Pom staff? Got Ken Pom open.
Top 15 offensive and defensive adjustment.
Adjusted offense, if I'm looking at this right, Alabama is 14th.
Okay.
Yeah. I had top 25 for that stat, but maybe it's top
15.
Okay.
Do I see adjusted defense right, though, that Alabama's 94th?
That seems about where I would have thought they were, yeah. So they would fall out of that category.
So top 25 in both. So to give you an example,
this is to win a national championship.
Right. Gonzaga's 1 in offense, 7 in defense.
Yeah. To LT stat it's all the way back to 2002. That the national champion has been top 15 in both of those categories.
On Ken Pom, right?
On Ken Pom. Offensive and defensive adjusted.
Top 15?
Yep. You know who qualifies? I know for a fact. It's Houston. Gonzaga qualifies.
Gonzaga does. I think Arizona does.
I mean, Houston barely does, but they do.
They do.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'll start knocking teams out for you. Arizona does not.
Oh, I thought they did.
They do.
I'm looking at it right now. They're 5th and 20th.
That's why I thought it was top 25, LT. I'd written top 25.
Maybe.
All right, if it's top 25, Arizona qualifies. Kentucky does not, even in top 25, 4th and 27th. Houston does. Baylor does. Kansas does not. Tennessee does not.
See, I hate that he brought this up because this is where I go too heavy for my bracket.
Texas Tech does not even come close. 1 in offense, 65th, or 1 in defense, 65th in offense.
Yep.
Auburn barely sneaks in 24th on offense, 8th on defense.
Which is a great stat for Auburn fans.
Villanova does not. Duke does not. Iowa does not.
2002 is 2 decades of this tournament, and only UConn doesn't fit that category.
That is pretty remarkable. There are not many that do, though. I'm looking for like deep to find one.
Yep. Now all of a sudden, because we've spit that metric out, we'll have the same brackets. This will be decided by a 3:30 game on Friday. Our bracket will.
I really am interested to see how much duplication there is, because to me, this is, maybe we've said this before, this seems to be the most wide open. It really does.
You know, as I look at it, I'm not sure I have a Final Four team that qualifies. I may have to go back and redo this.
UAB does not qualify.
Oh, I don't have them in the Final Four.
You have, I mean, that is the one. I mean, that is the one thing I look at. LT, I build my graphic around that stat.
What?
That metric.
How's that worked out for you?
Well,
it's got me second place enough.
tied for first.
That's all I'm cheering for, baby.
First, as you like to say.
Yeah, I was tied for first once with you, and still had to do stand-up comedy. When do we decide? I leave town tomorrow. I got one more show in me this week.
Somebody suggested Comic-Con. I think Lunsford. Was it Dragon Con?
Over in Atlanta?
Yeah, there was Dragon Con. There's a lot of cons out there.
I mean,
Brown, have you seen Furry Con?
Can we get 4 at some point and throw it up in a boat, or we just
that's
decide
the way
ourselves?
we're going to do it. We just got to determine what the 4 are.
Okay. Well, let's work on that.
I was looking at the most out of the way city in the United States. I don't know what you do when you get there, though. It's just punishment going there, though.
Yeah.
Well, this place in
LT
Maine.
has said he does not want to travel.
I don't know if you could read it in Lance's voice right there, but he does not.
I don't want to travel. I think you guys love the traveling a lot more than me.
As I always say, then don't lose. Yeah. That's your key to doing it.
I don't think you guys mind the traveling.
I haven't had to go on one of those trips yet.
Yeah.
Like I won one time, and since you paid for you to go on a trip.
I don't think you would think it's punishment.
I travel. I leave the house a lot.
Yeah, you do, and I sure as hell don't want to do it, but I'll do it. Again, I'm down for whatever works for the show, whatever we agree upon.
I think it's Madawaska, Maine is what I found. Barely in the United States.
I don't know how you get there.
It's not easy.
Yeah, you fly into Bangor.
It's part of the
probably be about a 3-leg flight. Go to Bangor, and then you probably have to drive like 6 hours.
Bangor.
Go ahead and say the punchline.
I said I haven't even met her yet.
Yes, I know. But it is a long way from Bangor too, Lance. I mean, I think you're right.
Like 6 hours.
Yeah. Maine's a big state.
I would tell you that's not fair if I go there because I've got a dear friend, Teddy Weather, lives up in Maine, on the coast of Maine.
We changed that nickname, didn't we?
One bad day. That's a long way from the coast, though, Dunaway. This is up in the middle of freaking nowhere.
What about one of us has to go do a shark cage dive?
Ooh, no, I'm out on that.
Yeah.
First of all,
I don't cage. I don't want a damn cage.
I don't swim well. I can't hold my breath well. I don't breathe through apparatus.
Hold your breath. We're taking him down. You'll be back up in about 7 minutes.
I don't breathe through apparatuses very well. No, I can't do that. So that'll be one I'll use one of my black balls on.
What?
What are your what?
How many you have now?
I don't know. I have to get them back from Maggie. Part of our show being brought to you by New Life Art, that T-shirt competition we have going on as well.
Yes, our friends at New Life Art bringing you memorable sports moments by Daniel A. Moore for over 40 years. Call 800-735-2787 or online, danielmooreart.com. And remember, submit your shirt design and win. Head to nextroundlive.com. Design our next shirt. We're looking forward to that. It's all brought to you by our friends at New Life Art.
Yeah, Dragon Con's out. Andrew makes a great point in the Farm Folio chat room. It happens in Atlanta. It's first weekend of college football.
Yeah, that's right.
We cannot sacrifice that.
No.
Bama Fan 1972, thank you, man. He says thank you for the interviews y'all have. Y'all always have some good interviews. Thank you, and we appreciate. I think, and this is just full inside baseball. I think the reason our interviews are usually different is because people come in to our interviews with the mindset that it's going to be different,
Yeah.
And I think that helps.
I've got an idea for a bracket challenge.
Anybody that has done an interview with us on a regular basis, like Coach Oats, knows we don't really take ourselves too seriously. So It's not likely that we're going to ask you a real serious question.
He could come on like he did the day of the Houston game. And because that game didn't tip, to 8:30?
Midnight.
And he can come on and say, it was 9 o'clock. It was a 9 o'clock tip. And he came on and said, isn't that past your bedtime, old man?
Yeah,
to me.
That's fantastic.
And I knew that he knew it wasn't going to upset me.
Yeah. All right, what's your idea?
So here's my idea. My worst of the weekend, we never got into best and worst, but my worst of the weekend was how ESPN was trying to be so politically correct with the equality, and we're going to show as much women's coverage on the bracket as men's, which I thought was completely absurd.
Where are you going?
But anyway, I've got a point to this. Watching right now the final of TPC, we go to the most random women's tournament, LPGA. We have to go for one day, media credential, and actually ask questions in the press conference.
Hey, champ. I'll pull up the LPGA schedule.
Because we could do it this summer, so it wouldn't affect...
I'd like to be it would be more fun, right? To
be the super fan?
To be the super fan walking around every time they hit a shot. Get in the hole!
Well, whatever we can video, whatever would be good for, the next round here. I'm down for that. I'm just thinking on the fly. And you guys have got to give me, it was a little ridiculous ESPN did it that.
Mashed potatoes.
Did not even watch it. I had no clue they did
So
that.
at 7 o'clock, they cut off the coverage. So what I did is I saw that they were going to be going like wall-to-wall women's. And so I actually pulled back on the DVR and went back and rewatched the men's selection again.
Yeah, that's what I do. If there's programming I don't like, I don't watch it.
Yeah. No, I get it. I just
and it doesn't bother me. I don't let them bother me if I don't like it.
It doesn't make any sense financially for ESPN. Of course, Buick seemed like they were bowing down with their new commercials.
I believe that's going to be why they did it.
Yeah.
Boy, most of these tournaments are in some nice place in California or Hawaii.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they're not
going to play in out of the way spots.
Yeah, they don't play. The golf courses aren't really like a bad location to go to.
Look, Shoal Creek is beautiful. We've all played it, but like if we would have. If you're not from Alabama and you hear Shoal Creek, outside of Birmingham, that would have been one of those locations. I just thought there would be something around the southeast that we.
No, Clifton, New Jersey.
That sounds terrible.
Yeah, the Cognizant Founders Cup. It's May 12th through 15th.
I got to wear a diaper?
Man, does Clifton, New Jersey not sound terrible to you guys?
The U.S. Women's Open is at Pinehurst, Southern Pines. Galloway, New Jersey is the ShopRite LPGA Classic. Galloway, New Jersey.
He'll lose and take his clubs and play the golf courses in the area.
Not going to lie.
No problem.
Not going to lie. Then they do that European stretch, and then we're into football season.
Yeah.
I don't know if that one's going to work.
Okay, quick break here, and we'll come back with our best and worst of the weekend. Part of the show being brought to you by our friends at the University of Montevallo. You have one chance to go through college, right? If for your son or daughter, why not make it a great 4 or 5 year stay at Montevallo? A wonderful tuition price. 5 straight years now they have not raised the tuition. They made that vote just the other day to not raise it again. 5 straight years. That's why U.S. News and World Report raves about the price point you get at Montevallo when it comes to the quality of education. Southern Living loves the campus. 75 majors. The list continues to grow. 21 NCAA Division II fully funded scholarship sports, and even some new sports like esports and bass fishing. They're the national champions in bass fishing, by the way, at the University of Montevallo. You can find out why you belong at Montevallo. Schedule an in-person tour, montevallo.edu, montevallo.edu.
Follow LT on Twitter at @TheLanceTaylor.
There's nothing I like more than a unique, delicious meal, and that's what you get at Champy's world-famous fried chicken right on Highway 119 in Alabaster. Those great full fried chicken plates, the tenders, the po' boys, but I love the Southern staple chicken on a stick. It's perfect for a tailgate or watching the big game. And then the authentic Mississippi Delta recipe, homemade tamales, the best I've ever tasted. See the whole menu or order online at champyschicken.com. For Blues, Brews, and Bird, it's Champy's Chicken, Highway 119, Alabaster.
Wayne's Pest Control has taken pest control to the next level. Ryan Brown here from The Next Round. Keep your home pest-free and rodent-free with Wayne's proprietary Smart System. Smart is a digital, eco-friendly rodent monitoring solution that tells Wayne's you have an unwanted mouse or rodent before you even know about it. Wayne's Smart Service professionals will proactively set up an appointment to take care of that problem, keeping your family and pets safe and healthy. And right now, get $60 off Smart Pet Service with the offer code TNR. Let Wayne's create your happy place. 866-WAYNES1 or call Waynes.com.
The Iron Bowl.
Jordan Hare Stadium behind us that saw a classic Iron Bowl, 24-22. The Crimson Tide holds on and wins in overtime.
The SEC Championship.
It is the SEC Roadshow Saturday morning in Atlanta.
The College Football Playoff.
It's our Cotton Bowl special from Dallas, Texas. We are live now.
The National Championship.
Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown with you up here in Indianapolis. We're at the Playoff Fan Central.
The next round. You'll find us where the big games are played.
Summer of 2022. It's time to do something new. Ocean City, Maryland. And our friends at Residence Inn by Marriott, Ocean City is ready to welcome you. Kayak from Bayside Beach, swim in the Atlantic, dine at Bayview Bar and Grill, local golf packages, great restaurants, and a lot more. See everything online at residencenoc.com. Check them out on Instagram and Facebook. Do something different this summer. Residence Inn by Marriott, Ocean City, Maryland.
The Double Down Media podcast family is live and full of content for all ages. The Mystery Fifth Hour gives the Next Round host a chance to talk about everything but sports. Pour a glass of Bama and Bourbon, our weekly college football conversation, while sipping on some of the most interesting pours in the bourbon world. And in our Not For All Ages podcast, The Last Call, LT takes off the gloves for in-depth conversations with stars like Taylor Hicks, presented by Redmont Vodka. Find these podcasts and more by searching The Next Round on Apple, Spotify, and on our website, nextroundlive.com.
Stay up to date with the Next Round at nextroundlive.com. The latest videos from the show, plus podcasts like the Mystery Fifth Hour, Bama and Bourbon, Last Call, and others from the Double Down Media podcast family. You can start your day with the latest college football stories, plus easy-to-listen-to hour-by-hour downloads of the live show. NextRoundLive.com, a great way to stream the show live or shop in the Next Round store. Make NextRoundLive.com your homepage. That's NextRoundLive.com.
If you're looking for a fun golf atmosphere that is laid back with a peaceful environment, the Meadows Golf Course in Harpersville, right off of Highway 280, is perfect for you. Just a short drive from Birmingham, this 18-hole, 200-acre track with rolling fairways and ample greens is the definition of peacefulness of the country just miles from the city. Enjoy a great lunch before your round and a cocktail on the wraparound porch after 18. Come see us today. The Meadows Golf Course in Harpersville, right off of Highway 280. Hey, Lance Taylor from the Next Round to tell you about our friends at Farmfolio. If you're concerned about market volatility or inflation, Farmfolio can help you diversify your portfolio into cash-flowing farmland property. We all know about rental real estate. Cash flow and appreciation are the name of the game. With Farmfolio's productive farmland lots, your trees act as the tenants, and they pay you in fruit, which is sold by Farmfolio's international sales team to the likes of Walmart and Costco, ultimately generating cash flow for you. As your cash flow increases, your property value also increases. Just like tenant-occupied real estate, the best part is you don't have to be a farmer. You own, they farm, and you earn. This is the way it works at Farmfolio. For more information, you can go online, check everything out today. Go to farmfolio.net. That's farmfolio.net. Check it out today. If you're concerned about that market volatility or inflation, Farmfolio is your best friend. Go online today, farmfolio.net.
We'll get back into our conversation with Bryan Harsin in our next two segments after this one, but it's time for Best and Worst of the Weekend, brought to you by the great folks at Hemp Hill Services.
Hey, when something's not running right, flowing right, draining right, or flushing right, disaster can strike at any moment. That's why you need to have this number programmed in your phone. It's our friends at Hemp Hill Services, 205-229-2090. Adam, Chad, Andrew, the team at Hemp Hill, the ones I trust to fix it right, fix it the first time, always at a fair price. For all of your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, trust the name Birmingham has trusted since 1954. Hemp Hill Services, 205-229-2090.
My best of the weekend was LT's party that we had on Saturday night. It was a chance for a bunch of friends to get together that I hadn't seen some in a long, long time. And, part of our representative team was there. Got to see the guys away from here. And it was just a good time. I talked a long time with your daughter about college.
Yeah.
And it was fun to talk to Leighton.
It's crazy, man, just how fast really time does fly, and that's an example. And then seeing some high school friends and, just really feeling old having a party like that. But that was my best of the weekend, too. Just the roommate, all of the work that she put into it with a lot of specific individuals. And I just thought it was really cool how it came together. I didn't expect any of it, but it was fun.
So some of Lance's high school friends started singing a song. Well, I can't remember what song it was.
Don't Stop Believing.
Don't Stop Believing. And Rockstar goes, you know what that song means, don't you? Somebody goes, time to go.
That was actually Leighton and C. Stu that were singing that.
Well, I thought it was your boy. I thought it was Heath and C.
No,
Stu.
I think Heath did chime in there.
Yeah, I heard a couple country songs and just like it's not one line. He's doing verse, chorus, chorus.
Yeah. Because you know what that song means, don't you? Somebody goes, time to go.
Yeah, but
it was the first time we'd seen C. Stu in a long, long time, too.
It really was. It was great to see C. Stu and just a lot of people, man. It was really, really cool. Brown, you've always got a built-in excuse.
Which is what?
You feel like you can leave at any time. I'm always used to you leaving a little early.
Oh, no, I definitely do, but I don't think I have a built-in excuse. I just get up and leave. What's the
Okay.
excuse?
Well, and you've got one with a pregnant wife.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess your excuse is just it's been built in forever. I don't know what it is. It's just he seems like he goes first.
Oh, I do, yeah.
And who always goes last?
Yeah. Dunaway,
Dunaway
because
is one
Dunaway
of
was supposed to ride home with us because Maggie had to leave early. She was preaching Sunday morning, so Dunaway had to ride home. Was supposed to ride home with me and Jennifer.
And truthfully, I was a little intoxicated. I didn't want to drive, so Maggie had driven. I was in the tequila hard.
And so it gets mentioned, and Jennifer says, "Oh, by the way, Jim is riding home with us," and she will verify this. I looked at her and said, "He ain't riding home with us," and she's like, "What?" I said, "If you think he's leaving this party early with us," I said, "You don't know that."
Well, the worst was I mean, because I didn't plan on doing anything, and then they started throwing out these multiple bars that people wanted to head to, and we made the decision not to go downtown.
And that's when I decided I was staying. I was going to ride home with Brown.
Because you wanted to go downtown.
I heard we were going downtown to the bars, and I was like, I'm all in. Let's go.
So I told Joe, I said, if you think
He
he's
was in
leaving
if y'all went cow tipping.
Yeah, Dunaway was in. I was like,
cow tipping would have been fun.
I've never met a man that fears missing something more than Dunaway. He is not riding home with us.
And I'm going to the town that never sleeps, Las Vegas, later this week.
Yeah, see, again, I don't know how you do that because you are the FOMO guy.
I know. That's what I told Dunaway earlier.
And to do 5 days, though, Brown, you've got to spend some time doing nothing. So, I can't even imagine. The most I've ever spent out there is 3 nights.
In the break earlier, Dunaway said, Brown, I am completely exhausted right now. And I'm 30 hours away from jumping a plane and going to Vegas.
For 5 days.
For 5 days. He goes, what do you think the odds are I actually go to Vegas and sleep more? And I was like, you ain't going to sleep in Vegas? You'll be terrified you miss something.
Do you even have anything planned, though?
In Vegas?
Yeah.
Oh, we've got sports rooms 3 days. 3 of the 4 days of the tournament. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we've got a reserved place in different sports books.
But is it all day?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I will be.
That sounds fun.
I will be there. And I told the guys they're not as big into staying and watching the basketball all day, but I will watch from 9 till 9, and then at 9 p.m. I will hit the tables with them.
But you're going to try to get in Wet Republic, though. You're identified as a spring breaker. I think we need body cam where we can actually see.
No, I'm not working, so I'm not shooting anything or any of that. So I'm not.
It's got to be for the show, man.
Jimmy off the clock.
What about steaks?
I've got to.
If I wipe a steak,
I need the break. I need the break.
Let Lance finish the sentence.
All you got to do is one video approaching Wet Republic, trying to get in the conversation. Whether you get in or not, you send us the video, we'll wipe a steak.
Well, I know this time I'll wear a hat. That makes me look 10 years younger.
Flat bill.
Something with USC on it.
Rope hat.
Are you willing to do it?
I'm not doing it, no. I don't want to think about the show. I hope you guys are still here when I get back.
So you will not listen one time?
I will not listen one time.
You check Twitter?
No.
Oh, I will check. I'm at a sports book. I will check Twitter, yes. But this is the, there's one vacation a year that I check out, and this is it.
We got Steffi Graf on tomorrow. Or Wednesday, my bad. Wednesday.
Well, unless it's Steffi Graf from 1988, I'm not worried.
Smoke show.
Well, check that. Maybe it's 92.
Yeah, 88.
I don't think it matters.
Now, are you
I don't
one
think
of those,
the calendar was the issue.
Will you take a certain amount to gamble, and once you lose it, you're done?
I do have a stipend or an allowance
You
every
won't pull
day.
a Clark Griswold?
I have a number. Maggie thinks I should double the number each day.
That's good.
Of what I should allow myself to lose.
Pastor Maggie doubling down. I like it.
So y'all have already come to the conclusion. We're going to lose. Here's the amount.
I keep saying, man, if I come back with this much money, if I pay for my trip and come back with this much money, we're going to go here for the trip. And she's like, don't even look on the website for a place we're going. If you just come back with any money at all, I'll be happy.
I like it. She's a realist. If you come back and you pay for your trip, that
would be a win.
Huge win.
That'd be a win. I'd flip that into into a trip really quick. Rockstar's got his script ready to go. It's his guy, Adam Mestre.
It is Adam Mestre at MD Realty. Adam is a third-generation realtor who was born and raised in Birmingham, so he knows the area. You want a guy like Adam to find a house for you. Why rent when you can buy? Buying a home is the largest financial decision you will make, so make sure you are using an agent that you can trust to help walk you through the process. Whether you're a first-time homeowner or looking for your forever home, Adam can help. Call Adam Mestre for a free home evaluation at 205-422-0589 or visit mdrealtyllc.com. At MD Realty, we make house calls.
All right. I expect it to happen. If it hasn't happened today, I expect it to happen today, tomorrow, or Wednesday. New deal for Sam Pittman at Arkansas.
I mean, he had a weird deal to begin with where basically he cut a deal with them. The more I win, the more I get paid, I think it was.
But he wants a big paycheck now.
Well, I think he's probably earned that.
And then one of the Mondays and Tuesdays before the national championship game, I expect Kirby Smart's new deal to be announced.
Maybe so.
Both of those will be happening very soon. Much more coming up, including our conversation with Bryan Harsin. A couple of things we pulled out of that next on the next round that is being brought to you in part by our friends at Redmont Vodka. Redmont Distilling, the official vodka of the 2022 World Games, and Charles Barkley's Final Pour. The bracket is up, and all you have to do is go to RedmontVodka.com.
Yeah, how do you enter? RedmontVodka.com/Final Pour. Second, March 13th, which is yesterday, right?
Today is the 14th.
14th.
Yeah. So they should have mailed this to you, the Final Pour. Then you need to submit your picks before the first game on Thursday. Fourth, share that you've submitted on your social media. Make sure and tag at Redmont Vodka in the next round. It is brought to you by Redmont Vodka. Live legendary responsibly, and the next round.
Follow Brownie on Twitter and Instagram at Ryan Brown Live.
The new location of Walk-Ons is now open at Stadium Trace in Hoover, near the Hoover Met. And just like the location off Highway 280, you get authentic, mouth-watering Louisiana cuisine prepared fresh from scratch every day. Walk-Ons Happy Hour is 2 to 6 Monday through Friday. $5 moonshine swirls, $5 house pours, and half-price appetizers. Download the Walk-Ons mobile app for an easy take-home experience for the family. It's game day with a taste of Louisiana at Walk-Ons off Highway 281-19 and now at Stadium Trace near the Hoover Met.
Hey, Lance Taylor from the next round to tell you about our friends at One Man in a Toolbox. One Man in a Toolbox has provided professional handyman services since 1997. Honesty and reliability are qualities that embody every one of their employees. From residential to commercial, One Man in a Toolbox, they've got a background to help you with almost any project. I've used them multiple times at my home. Give them a call today. Get that free estimate, 205-823-2111. That's 205-823-2111 or online, OneManInAToolbox.com. Done building your family? A vasectomy is a safe, simple, effective option for birth control. When it was my time to take the snip, I used my friends at Urology Centers of Alabama. March Madness right around the corner, and there's no better time for a vasectomy. It's a great reason to be off your feet and be on the couch during the game with the wife's approval. It's a quick, in-office procedure covered by most insurances. Urology Centers of Alabama. 16 convenient locations. Call 205-922-SNP. That's 205-922-7647.
When it comes to choosing a dentist, two things are critical: trust and comfort. Ryan Brown here from the next round. It's why I tell you about Stone Creek Dental Care. Dentist owned and operated, and Stone Creek Dental Care is the Southeast's premier provider of comprehensive dental care with more than 20 locations, including Birmingham, Chattanooga, Huntsville, Trussville, and Montgomery. Stone Creek Dental Care is able to provide a level of quality care you will not find anywhere else. From your basic cleaning to restorative dentistry, cosmetics, and endodontics, Stone Creek Dental Care covers a wide and comprehensive range of dental services for patients of any age. Stone Creek Dental Care's mission is to provide the highest quality dental care to every single patient in an environment that exemplifies the highest ethical, personal, compassionate, and professional standards, and to provide the best patient experience possible. Stone Creek Dental Care is currently accepting new patients at all locations, and new patients get a free Chick-fil-A gift card at your first appointment. So visit StoneCreekDentalCare.com to find a location nearest you. StoneCreekDentalCare.com. A number of years ago, I could not tell you how much a good night's sleep helps your performance. Ryan Brown here from the next round, because I wasn't getting a great night's sleep. I am now, and it's thanks to the expert outfitters at Sleep Outfitters. Find a Sleep Outfitters nearest you and do what my wife and I did. Go into the store, answer a few simple questions, and in mere moments, they've got you laying on a bed, finding the best one for you. For us, it was the Tempur-Pedic adjustable mattress, and we absolutely love it. It could not have been easier. And right now, when you head into Sleep Outfitters, you can take advantage of the Spring Super Sale. Get any size Sealy for the twin size price on all Sealy Outfitters and Posturepedic spring mattresses. Full queens and even kings start at $299 with 0 interest for up to 6 months on approved credit. Tempur-Pedic and Stearns & Foster mattresses start at just $25 a month. Get incredible free gifts with qualifying purchases valued up to $300, and get free delivery and setup with any purchase $599 and up. That's right now in the Spring Super Sale at Sleep Outfitters. Find a Sleep Outfitters near you when you visit sleepoutfitters.com. You've heard some of my coworkers talk about the amazing results they've had from Way to Wellness. Ryan Brown here from The Next Round. I didn't set out to drop a bunch of weight. I was just looking for sensible snacks to maintain my weight. I found those at Way to Wellness. You can too. Visit aplanforme.com. Whether you want to lose weight or just snack more sensibly and maintain your weight, you can do that with Way to Wellness. I love the fudge graham and the caramel crunch. They are terrific. Find out more at aplanforme.com. And join us here on The Next Round for our journey to a healthier life with Way to Wellness.
March has arrived and you want to watch all the games. So make sure the only thing upset is your bracket. Call Blakely's Bouquets today. Order a beautiful arrangement for your girl so you can watch the game without the guilt. My friends at Blakely's Bouquets have unique and custom designs, and they give you speedy same-day delivery. Order online at blakeleysbouquets.com or over the phone 205-579-4900 or stop by in person right on Oxmoor Road in Homewood. Avoid the upsets at Blakely's Bouquets. We had a chance to talk with Auburn head coach Bryan Harsin. A couple of clips from that conversation and takeaways as we start to wind down the show. Final 20 minutes of it here today. Our friends at the Legion FC cranked out a 1-1 draw with Tampa Bay, and you say, oh, a tie.
Oh, tie.
It is a big tie. Tampa Bay is the two-time defending Eastern Conference champion. They've been playing for championships. So that's who you got to get through to make it to sort of the USL Super Bowl. And the Legion went toe-to-toe with them yesterday for a 1-1 draw. Long season ahead. The next home game for the Legion FC, and you start getting tickets for that, is March 26th, the first ever game against Colorado Springs at Protective Stadium. March 26th. Get your tickets at bhmlegion.com. bhmlegion.com. About 10,000 fans there yesterday. National TV to see the Legion FC draw that game with Tampa Bay 1-1. March 26th, the next home game after a road game this weekend. Go support the Legion FC, bhmlegion.com, bhmlegion.com. Okay, one thing LT asked Bryan Harsin about was about how hard it was hearing and reading the rumors on social media and how it impacted the family. Here is Auburn head coach Bryan Harsin's answer to that.
Personally, one of the most difficult times that my family and I have ever been through, really. And, just some of the things that were played out on social media, some of the attacks, the information that were baseless, and kind of dealing with that is something that, my family and I have never been through. And, one of the things for me, just as a coach, like this is something that you understand as part of the profession, right? You're going to get scrutinized for things you do on the field and maybe other things with recruiting and all the other stuff that comes with it. But just some of the things that my family and I went through, it just went too far.
Yeah, and he talked about how to your question, he was talking about how they dealt with that, even knowing the truth. It made things tough. Knowing that they were lies, it still made things tough.
Yeah, and look, and my question was, how much more difficult is it on the family? Because when you hear something that's manufactured like that, personally it's just not true. But your family has to take this on too, and that's got to be infuriating. Can you imagine some of the things that were thrown against the wall about Bryan Harsin that weren't true that his family had to hear?
And a guy that's an accountant, if this same thing happens, maybe 10 people hear those things, right? But when you're the head coach at Auburn University, it gets played out so publicly, everybody hears about it.
And so there was another question that I got into about trust. You got to go to work, and there's a big group of people that did not want you to have that job anymore for a brief moment. How do you trust those people again? And I know you love Alan Green and the AD, but can you trust the people above him, the boosters and backers at Auburn? Is there trust there with you still with those people?
Sure. Well, listen, number one, I think that's always going to be something that people speculate in many programs, like who the decision makers are. I think more so at Auburn, from what I've learned. But at the same time, I'm here to coach football. I'm here to lead this team. I'm here to help build this program. And so from that standpoint, I don't get into too much of those decisions and necessarily who's making them. To me, everybody has a responsibility. I've got bosses. Everybody's, and that's one thing that I understand as well. I've got things that I need to do as the football coach here. People make decisions. And the one thing that I look at is this isn't about, somebody winning or somebody losing at Auburn when it comes to our program, when it comes to our university. This is about all of us aligning and pulling in the same direction so that we can be as strong as a program as anybody in the country. And to me, that's the key to success. When everybody's pulling in the same direction, when everybody believes or is aligned, let me say that, aligned with what we want and where we want to go, then players and everybody in your program feels that. And at the end of the day, we all know and we feel that. We feel like we're in a really great environment where we're getting better and everybody's pulling the same direction. To me, that's the key to our success.
The takeaway line from the whole interview to me was him saying, more so at Auburn, I've learned. He's talking about the power brokers and people maybe not pulling in the right direction. And he said, it's always going to be a focus. More so at Auburn, I've learned.
Yeah, probably had heard that before he took the job. And then once he got entrenched, was like, wow.
And I thought that was a really honest moment by Bryan Harsin, not trying to sugarcoat and cover up anything that happened, but saying, hey, it's a little different here, I've learned.
So now he has to go coach football. They're on the practice field today, and the interviews he did this morning, sort of a precursor to what he's going to get this afternoon, because he'll meet the entire media this afternoon after practice around 6:30 this evening, and he will get asked a variety of different questions. This is not the first time. This will be the first time for all of them to have a chance to talk to Bryan Harsin. And I think there'll be even more questions about what went on. The trust thing, that has to factor in.
No
how much chain do you think those people give Bryan Harsin down there? To me, it seems like they should let him coach a couple of years.
Those people being the power brokers.
Yeah, they should let him coach a couple of years. Try to turn this thing around.
I don't think you can win those guys back. In my opinion, there's a point of no return. I think when you're that, and some of these guys are really powerful, and they really wanted Bryan Harsin out, they're not going to do a 180.
I don't think they just lose and say, oh, well, we took a loss there, right? They try to get their pound of flesh at some point. And the only reason you could stave that off, the only way you can stave that off is by winning.
Yeah.
And then that's going to be the tough part for him.
So if Tommy Tuberville had flipped around in 2004 and gone 6-6 or 7-5, done.
Because then you lose the fans.
Yeah,
too.
see, and I don't know what happens though this year, because I did say at one point I believed that if you don't get rid of him when all of this was going on, it's going to be really difficult to get rid of him after this second year. Now 3-9 is a different story. I think 6-6, you are in a state of purgatory.
Yeah.
And I think that's about what it's going to be. I think it's going to be fascinating to see how this season plays out.
But with that schedule and that roster, if they are a 8-win team,
he might be your SEC Coach of the Year.
He's done a hell of a job.
Oh yeah,
he's done a hell of a job, and that's 8-4.
That's hard to see,
and that's going to make some people not happy that they're 8-4, but that's a hard place to get to with that roster and that schedule.
I think if you're an Auburn fan, Brown, if somebody says 8-4, I would 95% of the fan base would say I would take 8-4.
I mean, it's an improvement, and looking at that schedule and that roster, I would say we've won some games we're not supposed to win.
Yeah. All right. Well, when we come back, some final thoughts on the bracket before we put this Monday to rest. The show being brought to you in part by our friends at Michelson Laser Vision. A look back in that situation to our conversation earlier with Bryan Harsin.
Hey, to find out if LASIK is right for you, make a simple phone call today, 969-8100. Ask for Amy. Tell her the next round sent you. They're going to hook you up with a hassle-free consultation. Maybe you wear the eyeglasses. Maybe you wear the contacts. You're wasting money, in my opinion, each and every year. I finally went in, got the procedure done. I now have 20/15 vision, better than 20/20. Call Dr. Mark Michelson, Dr. Jen Michelson, 969-8100, or online, michelsonlaservision.com.
Follow Dunaway on Twitter and Instagram at Jim Dunaway.
Hey, Lance Taylor from the Next Round to tell you about my friends at Michelson Laser Vision, located conveniently UAB Highlands. Almost 20 years ago, I went in for the procedure. Only took 12 minutes for both eyes. When I went in, I had 20/200 vision. I was legally blind. Now I have 20/15 vision, still 19 years later. Make the call today. Schedule a hassle-free consultation. 969-8100. Dr. Mark Michelson, Dr. Jen Michelson, Michelson Laser Vision. Make sure you tell them the Next Round sent you. 969-8100 or MichelsonLaserVision.com.
From fixer-uppers to mansions, Holly Mack Wilson sells it all. If your home is dated or if you have a property in need of repair and just want to get it sold without fixing it up, you need Holly Mack Wilson. This is a niche market, and Holly excels in moving as-is real estate. Call Holly Mack Wilson today, 205-901-9446. That's 205-901-9446. From fixer-uppers to mansions, Holly Mack Wilson sells it all. Holly Mack Wilson, an as-is Tuscaloosa Keller Williams realtor.
At Culver's, we cook our butter burgers pretty much the same as you would at home, only our 3-cut blend of fresh beef will do. Then you'll need to master our signature press and sear technique. You may want to practice a few thousand times. Add real Wisconsin cheese, top with a lightly buttered toasted bun, and serve yourself with a big warm smile.
Better yet, come to Culver's and leave the whole cook-to-order butter burger thing to us. Welcome to Delicious.
Drunk driving prevention is a priority at Anheuser-Busch. You can't drive drunk if you don't drive there. Encourage friends to join in the pledge to Decide to Ride on DecideToRide.com. Brought to you by Anheuser-Busch, Mothers Against Drunk Driving, Uber, Birmingham Budweiser, and the Next Round. Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
Sweeten your day with a dessert from Cookie Dough Magic. Their shop's locally owned in Birmingham, Trussville, and Huntsville, and offer 13 flavors of edible cookie dough, milkshakes, sundaes, and more. Visit a location today or order online mycookiedoughmagic.com.
Want more of the show? Download the app or visit nextroundlive.com for the latest podcast. The Mystery Fifth Hour, our Not For All Ages podcast like Bama and Bourbon, and the entire Double Down Media podcast family. All at nextroundlive.com and on the Next Round app.
The Next Round team is getting healthy in 2022. You could join the challenge as we look to lose weight with our friends at Way to Wellness. Plus, you can participate with your office as well and win a grand prize. For more information, go to nextroundlive.com.
Want more of the show? Download the app or visit nextroundlive.com for the latest podcast, The Mystery Fifth Hour, our Not For All Ages podcast, The Last Call, and the entire Double Down Media podcast family. All at nextroundlive.com and on the Next Round app.
Hi, this is Wes McClooney, owner of the New Balance Birmingham store. Getting the whole family into comfortable shoes can be an incredible feat, but not at New Balance Birmingham. We have the largest selection and inventory of any specialty shoe store, and our fit specialist will match your feet with the perfect New Balance shoe. Come see us at the New Balance Birmingham store, located on Highway 280 next to Chick-fil-A. Experience the difference a custom fit makes today at New Balance Birmingham.
A legendary coach once said, "It's not the will to win that matters, it's the will to prepare to win." Bryant bankers have the dedication and experience to put together a financial game plan that's right for you. Stop by one of the 7 Central Alabama locations today or give them a call at 1-855-4-BRYANT to begin preparing for your financial future today. You'll find out what unbeatable service and legendary results are all about. Bryant Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Mortgage Right bringing us the final thoughts today on the bracket. Before we get out of here today, we appreciate all your input in the Farmfolio chat room as well. Thank you, Paul. Paul says if Auburn is 8-4 in football this year, they got quarterback right. That would be a fair statement, right?
Agree, and that's another part of the interview. We played some of the early part. He does break down that quarterback room in depth.
He likes the arm strength of Nick Calzada. Nick says need a Freddie Freeman announcement prediction. Man, that's got to be within the hours, right? Next few hours.
It's from what they say, Dodgers or Braves, right?
Yeah, I mean Friday we're playing exhibition baseball, so Freddie's got to get somewhere quick. So, I mean that's got to be close of business today or tomorrow at some point, I would say, for Freddie Freeman. Mortgage Right takes us around the coast. Whether you're in Seattle or Miami or right here in Birmingham, Alabama, they can do your mortgage or help you with a refinance.
Yeah, let's face it, a home is one of the most powerful assets you can have, and our friends at Mortgage Right want to help you build wealth Through home ownership, Mortgage Right is all about providing competitive rates, variety of loan products, and a multitude of resources for a seamless home buying experience. They treat their borrowers like family and are always looking to bring more happy homeowners under their roof. Visit mortgageright.com/TNR today and start living NMLS 2239 Equal Housing Lender.
Brown, how come there's no American at the top of the Players' Championship? Cameron Smith, Australia, Scotsman Russell Knox, and is that Indian?
Yes.
Arnaban Lahiri.
Cameron Smith looks like a dude that would do a cannonball off of Chimney Rock. Wearing jean shorts.
Blue jean shorts, yeah.
He's got a mullet, right? So I don't know if you've seen it.
Well, I can't see, but I thank you for the picture. I got a picture of the woohoo.
Yeah, he does look like that guy. Yep. Y'all watch.
Hold my beer.
Yep.
Hold my beer.
He's got mullet and bad mustache, Rocky.
Yeah, he does.
Bad luck.
So is there an answer to the question? Why no Americans at the top?
Because they're not playing as well as these other guys. I don't think it's. I mean, are you looking?
They don't call them the best endless in the business. For nothing.
What kind of question is this?
I was wondering if the weather played to the foreigners.
I'll tell you who the weather played for, and I'd have to go see where a lot of these guys set up. But if you had the late tee time set up, you had a massive advantage in this tournament.
Well, I will tell you, Colin Morikawa had no desire to be there.
Well, he was late early.
Yeah.
The late early guys, that was tough on them. They had the worst of it.
He was ready to be home, and he went home pretty quick. All right, big takeaway from the bracket before we get out of here. We started the show. We gave you 20 hard minutes on that. We've talked about it a couple of times. Other than Texas A&M getting left out, give me either something you like about what the committee did or something you don't like about the committee.
I did not like Tennessee as a 3. Tennessee's playing as well as anybody in college basketball right now. They just won the SEC tournament. I think you can make the argument at least the SEC is the best conference in college basketball. And for Tennessee to be given a 3, it made no sense to me.
When you say no, Tennessee should have been a 2 maybe, but Kentucky and Auburn also should be 2s?
Yeah.
I mean, it felt like they did. They just
the way Auburn was playing at the end of the year.
Well, it felt like they were saying we can't do 3 SEC 2 seeds, which I don't know why that should matter. If you're blind to conference, you should be blind to conference. I mean, there are people that say Tennessee was closer to a 1 than a 3, and they ended up as the 3.
Duke and Villanova are also 2s. Do you bump one of those down, or do you bump one of the SECs down?
Duke and Villanova were less deserving of 2s than Tennessee was.
But were they more deserving than Auburn and Kentucky, I guess is what I'm asking now.
I don't think so.
Who would your 4 2s be, I guess?
So definitely Tennessee, Auburn, based on the 15-3 regular season. Kentucky, and then probably Duke. Even though Villanova won Big East, I probably would have bumped them down to a 3.
I mean, I question Baylor at 1 a little bit.
I do too.
Yeah.
Well, you had to have 4 1s, and none of the borderline 1s really showed at the end of the season they wanted to be a 1. I mean, Auburn played sloppily away from Auburn Arena and then was 1 and done in the conference tournament. Again, I don't know how much the conference tournament impacts or should even impact a 1 seed. Like a 1 seed to me should be a season reward, right? I think the committee should almost have the 1s done before the conference tournament tips, and they may, because it should be reflective of what you did in the season, not in the conference tournament.
Yeah, unless you had like an Auburn-Kentucky situation
it's
where
a complete toss-up.
Yeah. And those guys are 4 and 5. Okay, whoever wins their
That's
tournament.
Right. They're going to play maybe in the tournament or whoever goes further. I could see that, but when it comes to like Baylor in the Big 12, Auburn and Kentucky in the SEC, anybody else, I just don't think the conference tournament should matter in that.
Okay, here's good news for UAB if they get by Houston. I think they're going to be playing 13 seed Chattanooga.
You think they upset Illinois?
I do.
Interesting.
And I know we had a conversation with a guy who sat at the end of the bar talking to the Chattanooga basketball coach one night, our buddy Poochie.
Yeah,
and I'm not sure he was too impressed, but that guy's up for some jobs.
Well, he can flat coach, obviously. Just think about this, though. They were an incredible shot away from not even playing in this event, and you think they're going to advance, which is not crazy. I'm not saying that's crazy. I'm just saying that's how weird this tournament can be. I mean, by all rights, Furman should be in that spot, and they wouldn't even be probably seated that highly. But a lot of people have pointed that as a tough matchup for Illinois.
Yeah,
Illinois' got Rockstar's favorite player.
If I'm Gonzaga,
Coburn.
Oh,
go look how it's spelled.
Oh, okay, got you.
Somebody in the history of their family is like, we ain't going by Cockburn the rest of our lives. We're going to make that case
changed
silent.
her name. Olivia Wilde's last name is Cockburn.
Yeah.
Was it really?
Yeah. Good change.
Gonzaga will have to play either Boise State or Memphis, and then potentially Arkansas down the road.
They cooled a bit in the SEC tournament, but Note's still a guy that can take games over.
That'd be scary. That's our show, man. Thanks for being with us today. We're back tomorrow, 9 a.m. Until next time, God bless you and God bless America.